Hello everyone and welcome. I'm finally getting back to my first set of KCC 17 sketches 12 through 15 I've got here, and this will wrap up my set and I can get them submitted. So I'm just going to get these cards assembled and we're going to get a picture taken, and I'm going to click the InLinks party and get this set uploaded so that I'll have a chance to win. So I've got sketch 12 here, and this is the one that has the strips, and you're using, it kind of looks like a full strip all the way across, 3 full strips, but you're actually using smaller strips, and you're going to layer these 2 pieces over it so that it appears that you've got 3 solid strips going down there, but you don't have just tiny little pieces. And this particular set I did cut from the cutting guide, and so the cuts are exactly as followed. Sometimes I would, like on this sketch here, I might just use 3 full strips that I have and make it. But since this is part of the cutting guide, I do have the strips in pieces. And so I'm trying to use this T-square to get these laid down evenly. I'm not doing a very good job with it. But I'm just going to try and use it to line the top and the bottom piece up together and create a decently straight card. And then I'm just using it again, and I'm giving myself a gap. I've actually am lining my numbers up with the top of my numbers on there with the patterned paper that is in front of it, and I'm just going to do that on all 3 sides. But I got to get it started straight, and then I can get it laid down on there. This sketch is not that hard. I'm kind of making it a little bit harder than it needs to be, trying to get it laid down on there. And it might have been easier if I had just eyeballed it, but I was trying to be a little more precise. Just trying to get a better result out of my cards. And we'll just get that one pushed down. Now we're ready to lay the next one down on there. And this is the Not Too Shabby Sweet Valentine and Plaids, Valentine plaid, I think is what it's called. I'll link it in the description box below so that you can check it out. This pattern paper and ephemera set is just gorgeous, perfect for Valentine's Day. And if you love plaids, I do love plaids, and to have the pink and the gray is just gorgeous. So I've got this textured gray strip that I'm going to lay down on there, and I'll just bump it right up next to the top strips, and then we'll bring this pink one in and we'll get it laid down on there as well. And I got a little glue on there, so I'm going to wipe it off. And now we just need to bring in some of our ephemera. So I'm grabbing my little ephemera tray, and I've got a box of chocolates and a coffee drink there. And I'm just going to lay both of those down on here, and it's going to be a sweet Valentine's Day card full of all the sugary goodness. And I like me a good box of chocolates. And I'm just going to bring in some of my enamel dots here from Not Too Shabby. And we'll just get some of these laid down on here and just add a little extra sparkle and shine to our card. And there we go. Now all I need is a sentiment. And so I went looking for a sentiment, and I had just pressed with a better press this stamp here that says treat yourself. And I think that is very fitting to this card since we've got the treats on there. So we're just going to move right on to 13. And this is going to be another quick one. And I've got this old Love shadow die set from my stash. And I've used the die with the pattern paper, and then I just use the shadow with the gray textured paper, and we're just going to layer those up. And I'm just going to get these laid down on here. We're going to have a little white edge around there. And this one, I've got several layers on, but I'm showing you both sides of the pattern paper. It's hard to choose which one to use. So lovely. And then we're going to layer the textured panel up, put it down on there. I'm going to bring in a white panel and we'll lay it down on there. I'm going to have multiple layers. And then we've got our pattern paper banner that the sketch calls for. And we're just going to lay it across our white panel. And then we'll bring in that big bold sentiment, love, and lay it down on there. Now I decided to angle it across the banner there instead of along with it like the sketch shows, but I think it'll work out just fine. And I'm going to use some more of these dots and just adorn this a little bit further. And I'm getting plenty of them on there. I think it looks good. So that will finish off sketch 13. I had to put a little glue underneath that corner. It was raised. And we'll just move on to sketch 14. This is another strip card where you've got a lot of strips you're going to lay down on there. And I think it'll look really pretty. And I've got that same gray background layer that I'm going to use. And I'm just arranging these, trying to decide which side I want up. And I chose to go with that brighter pink so that it will better match the panel that I've got there. And I had to grab a card base. We're just going to get this laid down on there. And we'll start laying our strips down. Trying to get that glue off my desk so that I don't make the back of my card sticky or messy. So we'll lay this strip down right in the center. I'm using my grid lines to help me get close to the center. And then I'm going to kind of eyeball how I'm going to lay them out on there. And then I think what I do is I lay the one closest to the centerpiece down, and then I'll go to the top and lay it down, and then I'll come back and do the one in between them. I was just trying to figure out how to evenly space this out how I want it, and I thought, well, I'll just do it this way. It all comes together. You can do it however you want. And I just love the floral pattern with the plaid as well. I think it looks really pretty. I think you could just put a sentiment on this without that big panel on it, and it would look lovely, just like that. And my voice is going in and out, so I apologize for that. I've been fighting a cold. And honestly, today has been really the worst. I kept saying, oh, I'm doing all right, I'm doing all right. Then today I really woke up real achy and real stuffy and just kind of sore, So I'm hoping that I'll be getting over this soon. So again, I'm laying the closest to the bottom, then I'll just come back and put the middle piece in. Now I've noticed that top strip is not on there right, and I'm going to tear it off. I even rip a little bit of my gray pattern underneath there, but I'm able to lay it back down and cover it up. I didn't take it clear to the left edge, and then I was hanging over the right edge. I could have cut it off, but I would have seen that left edge would have bothered me. So here I'm just trimming off some gray that was glued on the back of that, and we're getting it laid down on there. And voila, it's fixed. So now I've got this bright pink panel that I'm going to lay down on here. And we'll just pop it up. And then we're going to get some ephemera and we're going to decorate this up. I actually had this layer that was embossed, and the sketch does not call for this. This is an add-on. And I saw it laying there and I thought, I'm not going to waste it. I bet it would fit on here. And so I laid it right on there. And now I'm going to grab some ephemera and we're going to get it adorned. And I've just chosen the champagne and champagne glasses and this bow to put on there. And I've glued the champagne and the glasses down, and I'm just going to pop up this bow. And this will finish off sketch 14. I think it looks really pretty. And now we're going to do 15. And this one I've kind of gone with a Peller scheme with this one. And I've got to turn my card. We're going to be a landscape card. And we've just got a real light Pell. And I've bumped my camera. I apologize for that. And I'm just going to get it laid down on there. Trying to get it lined up right. Not doing a very good job. Okay, try again. Okay, there we go. Now we got it laid down on there better. Now we've got some strips that we need to lay down on here, and I've got the pattern paper here, and then I've brought in, and I've got the die cut. This piece I die cut from one of the earlier cards, the half circle there. And these strips are, 2 of them are embossed. They're just strips that I cut off from a panel that I embossed on one of the other cards. And I thought it'd be fun to use them and to add some interest to this by using these embossed strips. And like I said, I just had cut some off of the other cards. Now I think I could have lined this up a little bit better to where I had equal sides on both when I get all these panels laid down. My half circle there'll be a bigger edge from there to the edge of the card than there is with this strip. But I think I come up with a solution to remedy that. So we'll get these laid down on there and just lining them up. And then this gray panel that has a little bit of dimension to it. And then here's where you can see I've got a bigger edge on this side than I do on the other side where my strip is. But I'm just going to go with it. And then I've got this teddy bear, and I just think it's so cute. He's holding a little heart. Just bringing in some foam tape, and we're going to get him popped up. And get him laid down on there. And then we're going to bring in some more of our ephemera and with these balloons. And I think this will help fill in that gap there. And I've got to cut it off because I can't get him tucked in because I've got him down already. And I think that works out perfectly, and it kind of helps take care of the edge issue that I had. And I think it looks cute. Now, I realized that I was hanging off the bottom there, so I'm just trimming it off. And then we'll bring in some sparkle, and we'll get some of these dots laid down here. And then this will finish off our last card, my last one for my set of 15 for KCC 17. And I'm going to run through all the cards for you. So these are the ones we did today, and I've just decided to pull them all in on a board and so that you can see them all. So we'll just get these out of the way. I'll bring my board in, and we'll just start laying them down. I don't think we can get them all in there on the scene. I think I actually pan out with my camera so that you can see them all. And there we have them. So thanks for watching. Have a great day. And this is what I submitted, all 15. Take care. Bye-bye now.